His phone doesn't even work.
Yeah, it does. People can call me.
Oh, well, yeah. I guess that's technically working.
Cool people. They can still call you. There's a top up. What? You get top up for your machine? You don't? What? Is that a contract? Yeah. You can get pay as you go for it? Yeah. They don't do that in Sweden. They do that in Sweden? Yeah, you probably. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's a thing everywhere.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Yeah. You just get phones that are
Script,
prepaid.
do we have a Wii U here?
Not you. We have Wii.
Well, when do you get Wii U?
If you have PS4.
Do you have any fun mod?
They have Melee. They don't want to play any other Smash anyway. Why would you buy a Wii U?
Because have you not played those 5-player games where like someone's on the pad?
Mm-mm.
5-player.
Here's the thing you have to realize about this house, Owen,
Wait.
is that the only thing that we do together is play Dota, and we don't even need to be in the same room to do that.
You play Dota, sure.
Yeah.
Is it like, yeah, but you do other stuff.
He's better than you.
In what kind of MMI?
I don't know.
He's like probably 4,500.
It's TBD. So
Yeah.
Well, you never completed it.
He doesn't play by himself, that's the thing. He only plays with people.
What does he play?
I don't know, anything. Plays offlane a lot. Yeah, Wisp.
No idea. You're pretty good on way.
Yeah.
Ah.
Like, would you know?
No, I'm asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's alright.
I mean, when he picks it, you're like one or you're like,
No, that's good.
it's good.
Yeah. We played a Wisp Tidehunter game the other day. Like, wrecked. Literally just smashed the enemy team. Like 14-minute Guardian Greaves on Tide. What? Because it's banned.
And that is what Script doesn't call.
That's why you're a commentator.
Alright, we did it. The old Drow ban. Oh wait, is this actually like a scrim? No, never mind, it's not.
No,
They're just using the four clover
They do
tag.
use, yeah, you see Alliance and Empire coming up as team names sometimes, yeah, in FPL. I mean, yeah, Four Clovers and a Leprechaun. Do we know if they switched up the draft? Do you know? Because they weren't doing too great when we seen it, were they?
I don't even know if like the last time we saw them play, they got absolutely trashed in their game, and it was like not
By
pretty.
Yellow Submarine.
Yeah. So I don't know what the deal was. I don't know if they're gonna change draft or not, but I don't think it's Galblack, right? Who does their drafting?
It was what? Gold Black, Yol,
Honey, SexyBamboe,
and
I don't remember. Was it Solo?
no,
No, not Solo.
That's Vega.
BZZ?
No, not BZZ. Who was it?
You sure it's not BZZ? I can just do this.
Oh no, maybe it was BZZ actually. Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Have a look.
But this
Have a look.
keyboard is so hard to type on. Good God. Anybody who owns an ergonomic keyboard and can actually use them, you're God. I don't understand how people can type on these things. It's like James' keyboard, and it's like, it's super awful. Oh, it's not even on the wiki page, so I can't even look. GG. Yeah, it is BZZ. Okay. Chat's confirming it. That means it must be right.
The chat also said it's a lot of stupid shit.
Chat also probably follows Jaden Smith on Twitter.
Do you follow Jaden Smith?
Why wouldn't I? He says stuff that's so ridiculous. He has to be like a master troll.
Do you think he might be?
I think he is actually
He
just
knows
so
that.
good at trolling that he just says stuff and he capitalizes the first letter in every single word. So when you read stuff, you just get like that deep gutted anger. It's like, how can one man be this way?
Well,
No, an ergonomic keyboard is the keyboard that has like, it's split in half. I can actually, well, maybe I could show you on camera, but it's tough. We'll do it after the game, maybe. Both drafts are done though, from each team. What do you think, Owen? What's your instinct? Don't move the microphone, Owen. We talked about this. You don't need to be closer to it.
But
Just leave it there.
they might not hear me at home.
They can hear you, I promise. If they couldn't hear you, when I tab out to read chat,
Yeah.
it would just be a slew of can't hear Owen. Is Owen
But
muted?
they were doing that earlier.
Because you asked if you were muted. So of course they're gonna say that you are.
What are Twitch chat good for if they can't tell us if our mics are working?
How can Twitch chat be real if there's only 7,000 people in the world, Owen? I can't answer these questions. All I can do is talk about Dota.
Can Twitch chat answer these questions?
Probably.
Probably.
They are 9K MMR philosophers.
When you're playing Draskyl on Twitch on Dota, like I find with Piran, he always has this thing where he's always complaining that Twitch chat are trying to tell him how to play. Do you get people telling you how to play?
Oh god, it's rampant. Backseat gamers are Twitch. That is what you do. Even if you're like another pro player and you're a mod in somebody else's stream, like when I go watch like Blitz or somebody or anybody, really, I backseat game too. And it's fun because even if you don't mean it, you can make the streamer salty. And that's the joy, right? Like getting a reaction out of somebody.
Oh dear, oh boy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the game. And let's have a look who we got on both sides. You saw it in the draft, but we'll get up again just for you boys at home who didn't see it in the draft. So it's Screen on the Tusk, Reeves on the Gyro, EGM on his Centaur, Dread on the Weaver, and NS on the Lion, and Draskyl's here, of course. And Draskyl, do you want to tell us who's on what on the side of Four Cloves and a Leprechaun?
All right, we got some Bamboe Juggernaut.
All right.
Got Vanscore Lina. Got Crit Visage. Got the Lalico on Queen, and then Come With Me on the Beastmaster.
Alrighty, 0-0 at the moment. 0 seconds in. Come with me. He's going to look for the rune. He's going to get who stomped here by EGM, and EGM's able to snag that for himself. Snowball up to the high ground here. Try and turn it around, but it's not going to be the case. And 159 XP. What's he chatting about? Oh, is he just talking about the bounty rune? Oh no, he killed the boar as well.
He got the boar, yeah.
I see.
He's going to be level 2 after the first creep dies.
That's a pretty good start for your solo lane Centaur, which is what the Radiant are running. EGM on his own, and I mean, we talk about the Beastmaster trashing melee heroes in a 1v1. Is this an exception, or is he still going to do pretty well? Come with me here.
I think it's okay. Beastmaster does good against melee in general, but if these skills return, maybe the boar will take some pretty good damage from it, and then eventually it'll just die. Yeah, it takes like 20 damage every time it hits. And if he gets a stout shield, it essentially hits him for nothing, so the return will actually kill the boar.
He's going to kill it now. Oh, there we go. I mean, I mean, it does give away a fair bit of XP, doesn't it, the boar at this stage?
Yeah, it's like, I think of the same as killing a range creep, more or less. Well, it's close, because it's 100 experience for the bounty rune, so 59 experience. It's more than a range creep, but less than a melee creep. The more you know.
The more you know, indeed. Top lane. We've got the old Lina support and the Visage as well, backing up Bamboe's Jug. Now to deal with this aggressive tri-lane here with Dread in this core position and NS on the Lion and Screen on the Tusk backing him up. And do you like this aggressive tri-lane composition that the Radiant are running?
Well, the last game when they ran Tusk, they had like a gyro, which is a lot of damage after the snowball initially lands. This one I'm kind of torn on if it's really that good. Because spin is fantastic against snowball, because if the stun doesn't land on you, you just spin as soon as the snowball ends and you're just dealing damage to 3 heroes simultaneously. And that's not the dream as a Tusk player. It's like the worst kind of hero to snowball into is the one who can disjoint your snowball and hurt you at the same time, with there being no reasonable follow-up. So I would say that Dire's tri-lane is probably better.
Okay, and I mean, in terms of the lanes as a whole, so you're saying obviously the Dire's trial at the top going to be the superior lane. Mid lane, with your Gyro up against the Quap, you'd certainly expect the Quap to come out on top. And bottom lane as well, the Beastmaster Centaur lane looking very good for the Dire as well. So all things said and done, a very favourable start for the Dire, unless they give away first blood here as Vanscore getting called out. But as you said, the Blade Fury comes through. They do lose the Lina, but Bamboe's going to be able to find a kill onto NS. One more click will finish the job off. And they do find themselves a killer. Maybe finds more here. The ice shards are thrown down, but Bamboe tries to go for it. The Shikuchi coming in just in time to keep Screen alive. And it's a 2-for-1. Maybe even more now. Coming in with a Grave Chill onto Dread. Vanscore is back into the lane. Dread, he will be able to Shikuchi himself away, but 2-for-1 there. So, good start there for the Radiant. Of course, First Blood also went their way.
The drawn-out fights favor the Weaver, because he can just stay in the fight with Shikuchi and put himself in good position. He still hits really hard, too. And the Lina and the Visage both have really bad base armor. So if they commit on the Jug, then the Dire tri-lane would probably win. But if they can ever commit on one of the supports instead, like Vanscore, it's probably the best target to go on, because that way there's no immediate counter disable coming out. Like if you snowball into Hex on the Lina, there's no counterplay to that. You can only Grave Chill, and that's not going to be enough to save him. So I guess the Radiant tri-lane has some outplay potential here.
Okay, I mean, CS-wise, mid lane, the Quap versus the Gyro. Reeves not doing too bad at all in this matchup. I mean, Gyro mid, it's something that we don't see every day. We talk about the fact that the Quap dominates any lane, but this lane, it's going pretty well for the Gyro. Are you surprised here, or has Gyro got the capability to stand up against the Quap?
Well, Queen is always going to be favored, but the one thing about Gyro versus Queen is a lot of the time the Queen will want to blink aggressively into you to try to dagger. You can't do that against Gyro, because the level 1 Rocket Barrage will deal a tremendous amount of DPS to you in that time, and with max rocket as well, that homing missile is going to hit for like 300. Like, it does a ton of damage. And just having low HP, you don't want to expend bottle charges just to regain health if you're at full mana. So there's no real way for the Queen to counterplay this unless he blinks far enough away to kill the rocket. But Reeves is playing it well.
Olo will be able to get the Blade Fury out and backs up. NS potentially looking for a wrap round. He's level 2, has got the Hex and the Spike. Screen coming around as well with the Snowball. Jug needs to be very careful here. SexyBamboe. He's got no regen for a few seconds as well as the shared tango still ticking down. He's trying to hide in the tree line, but the bugs come out. They'll spot him out into the Spike. They're going to let Dread go for him. They want to go for both, and well, it's going to work out at the end of the day. Very nice play from the Radiant, being able to get both the kills in that situation.
Man, Bamboe Dota not nearly as good this game as last game. He's got 5 CS at 5 minutes in. 1 CS a minute confirmed. Yeah, it's not great. Like, they need some kind of gank, I guess, from the Queen, but even Lolico is kind of struggling in middle lane. The rocket spam is too much for him. Like, he immediately blinks away. The way that Reeves has been playing it out, he just walks forward when Lolico tries to go to hit the rocket, and then it's just like, boom, dead. Is it even going to die here? It needs another hit. Okay, he got it. Nice. That would have killed him if he didn't hit it there.
Oh, absolutely. NS here in the tree line, and oh, the snowball straight through. That'll be the initial Blade Fury. Bugs will, of course, latch through it, and Dread, he's got mana for Shikuchi to try and dive this one out, and the Spike, very nice from NS as he cuts himself through the tree line following that snowball. And they do pick off Bamboe again. Vanscore trying to desperately look for a kill off the back lines of it. Lolico coming in as well. He's going to look for the TPNS, but he's not going to find it as the creep spots him out. And the Queen of Pain will burst him. Dust of Appearance of Dread's out of mana. This looks like it could potentially be a second kill here. He'll pop the one charge. He's going to get out. Lolico's got to blink in a second. They blinked forward, finds it with the Scream, and now Scream is on the run, takes a dagger to the backside. Cooldown will come down from Reeves and the snowball, turning it onto Lolico. They will be able to find the quap, but not before Lolico himself gets a triple kill. Very nice play there from the quap.
It was definitely worth it for Queen, but the Gyro is still having a really easy time here. In terms of CS, it's not as if Reeves is leading by a large margin. It's just being able to force Queen out of lane is something that not a lot of heroes can do. Like, Lina can outlane Queen. Gyro can if you max Rocket. There's just not a lot of heroes who have the capability of just out-harassing that hero, so cool draft from Radiant.
I mean, yeah, I'm liking this, and the Gyro mid, it's something that, I'll be honest, I've never seen before in a competitive kind of situation. Obviously, this is just an in-house, but still, I mean, what are the weaknesses of putting a Gyro in the mid lane, and why do we not see it more often? His
base damage isn't really that good. For his edgy gain, it's actually decent. It's still less than Silencers, though, which is pretty hilarious if you think about it. You get 2.8 comparative to Silencers 3. But all in all, I think it's just because...
And they don't find the stun there. NS, I guess, just couldn't get himself in position for it to follow it up.
Look at the damage! So a maxed out Rocket on base magic resist hits for 354 damage. In case you wanted to know, just off the top of your head.
Yeah, I think this might be a Glimmer Cape game, Draskyl.
Yeah, it is. Bottom as well.
Yep, going in there with a Stampede. Going to try and get himself out in that with a Stampede. With the Roar and the follow-up Soul Assumption, that'll be a nice kill there for the side of 4 Clovers. 6 for 6 on the board, top lane, into the Snowball, dodging the Light Strike Array, and now onto Lina, now back for Bamboe. They want to go for the Jug, but Jug, he's got the Healing Ward out. Vanscore pops the dust. They will be able to see Dread. Light Strike Array isn't going to catch anyone in this situation. NS is able to peep the Healing Ward.
Oh my god.
They're still fighting here. No one to fall as of yet. There's going to be the Dragon Slave coming out to a couple of them. Dread gets low. Shikuchi's in. Looks for Vanscore. Will find him. But now Lolico coming in with the Sonic Wave. Triple kill. Oh, these Queen of Pain rotations, they're quite something, Andy.
That's what we were talking about, though. It's like, that's one of the reasons why you don't see Gyro mid, is for that reason. Queen is a much better rotating hero than what a Gyro would be able to do. He's only going to be able to clean up like that if the enemy team is super hard committing. And sure, they were diving, but Queen's blink range allows you to clean up a lot easier, where Gyro wouldn't have the capability of chasing that hard. So, yeah, very nicely done from Lolico. He's kind of keeping his team in it right now, because that top lane is definitely struggling.
It certainly is indeed. Bamboe, 17 CS. He's managed to double his CS. He's got 2 CS at least per minute now. 8 minutes and a half into the game. But, indeed, it's kind of up to the quad to buy the time and keep the side of the Radiant on their toes, so their cores, such as the Juggernaut, can continue to find the farm. And I mean, of course, they do have the Beastmaster, and we've been seeing a lot of success with the Beastmaster recently. But you might get caught out here as NS is coming in with the stampede. They've got the snowball as well to the face. But Lalico with the rotation again might be able to try and turn this one around. He's getting hexed. He will be held in place for some time. But now he can turn and fight. Finds himself the center as well. Soul Assumption coming onto the screen. Lalico, he might find this as well. He will double kill for your quad. 8 kills. 9 minutes in. Queen of Pain doing absolute work for the side of the Dire.
All you gotta do is be active. In this patch, you don't have to sit in your lane anymore. I think that's just gonna buff mid laners like Queen, who have the potential to just be everywhere. The thing about her is her lane ganking is so unbelievably strong. With a 1300 range blink, you just go in, bam, burst down somebody, and you just win the lane for your off lane or your safe lane. Which, in the beginning, it looked like Centaur was getting a bit of an edge over the Beastmaster, but after the ganks, ComeWithMe has a substantial lead on him.
It's going to be quite a while before the old Centaur does have his blink online. He's got the Tranquils and the Sow. Still a fair way to go with that in mind. Relico, 1800 gold. What kind of game do you feel this is in terms of items for the quad?
I think he can go for like normal Orchid. It's a nice build. This dive, it's not going to work though.
I'm going to go for the TP out. Medallion has been picked up by Dread, but even with the arm reduction, not enough physical damage to bring down the Juggernaut. Now, fortification coming out this top tower as the Radiant begin to push in and hammer away. And all things said and done, 10 minutes in. The net worth between the two sides. XP wise, it's a 3k lead for the side of the Dire. The net worth 3,000 as well. So Queen of Pain definitely being the major factor in terms of keeping the Dire on top of this match. Coming up to 5,000 net worth, 10.5 minutes in.
Well, I think the Queen's going to still be heavily relied upon here. Oh god. That dive. Poor Reeves.
This, yeah, I mean, it really is looking good for the Dire. I guess the fact that the Jug's not doing great means that on one side they need to buy a lot of time for the Jug to kind of come online.
He has Omni though. Like he's maxing spin even.
Okay.
He's not going for the standard 1-1-3. He's just going for max spin so he can contribute because he knows he doesn't have farm. And they can just kill Roshan as soon as he gets Mask of Madness and has Healing Word. Because this Beastmaster almost has enough for a Solar Crest, if that's what he's buying. Because he already has Medallion, he's got 1600. And against Roshan, it's amazing, because it gives you 30% mischance on Rosh and minus 10 armor. So it's crazy good to get early game, if you want to go for that Rosh. And he just hit 10, so now he's got 1 point into Aura too.
Yeah, he's got enough to finish it off, but he's going to go for the...
oh, he's going Blades, okay.
For the plans, yeah. Finishing
so he's not getting the 30% evasion / mischance and 3 armor upgrade. I guess Vlad's gives you a bit more for the cost. Because it's only another like 300 gold for Vlad's. And you get another armor aura, you get lifesteal on range now as well. So it is pretty nice. Actually, how much does Vlad's cost now? Because they changed their SP. So it's 23.25.
Oh, Dread going right into the thick of it. Throws out the swarm. We'll be able to time lapse back out of that one. Now, it'll be interesting to see on this Weaver, what kind of point in terms of the items do you feel you can afford to go for the Aghanims?
You mean Aghanims for Queen?
No, for the Weaver.
Oh, for Weaver.
If he decides to get it.
I think he'll probably get it at some point, because it's nice to be able to counterplay against Beastmaster Roar. So like you get Aghanims and then the Roar target just always gets time-lapsed, but I didn't see how he built it the first game. So if he wants to go for it, then I think it's good actually against this team. Plus it saves you from getting bursted as well.
Oh, Centaur and Dread are here. Lalico and Vanscore will start it off with a Who Stomp. Light Striker Ray is going to be off the point. Look how much damage Vanscore taking with this Medallion. Dread, he's going to be able to get himself out as well. Clop will blink back. And what a very nice pick off there for Dread on the Weaver. And with the Inner Shadow that he has picked up, he's going to be able to get himself back to square one. But Dread, I mean, so far 3 kills, 5 assists, only died 2 times. And oh, they look for the blink. So no, there's just a walk in Who Stomp there onto Lalico, but they're not going to be able to find it. And the Ilya, which I guess is a way of saying WTF. From that.
Maybe. It would be a bit redundant to say WTF and
no, well,
then
that's
WTF
what I was thinking.
again,
Well, maybe he was just kind of catering to both languages, you know what I mean? He was like, oh, you know, he swore on his own, and he was like, okay, there's English people in this game. In fact, yeah, is there English people in this game? I guess...
Well, everyone pretty much speaks some English.
Yeah, that's true.
I would like to say that any Dota player recognizes the terminology WTF, you know?
Yes, that is also even more true. And they do go for the old Broach, as you said with the Jug, and it's going to be the Aegis on your Queen of Pain now. Liko coming close to level 11 and did opt for the Yule Scepter first this game.
I like the Yules. It's a nice thing to stop people from TPing out. It's also good at being able to like use it against heroes like Weaver. So typically Queen doesn't have any way of killing Weaver unless you have enough burst, but if you have detection down like a Sentry and Ishikuchi is away, you can use the Yules to negate the movement speed from the Yule's Scepter, and then when he hits the ground, he'll either have to time lapse to put himself in a better spot, or he'll have to hope that he doesn't just die, which is pretty spooky. I wouldn't want to have to do that. And plus it's also a setup for Islena, who doesn't have Yules yet.
14.5 minutes in, 13-8. As always with these FPL games, a lot of action has been happening. Trying to work towards her Yules. The push coming in from Screen, Dread, and NS on this top lane. Fortification will come out on this tier 2. There's the backup. Vanscore's all alone here. Gets hexed up, the snowball and the punch connect, and well, Lena is wandering a little bit too close there to the enemy.
Yeah, I don't know. Is the snowball now 675 speed? Is that what?
Yeah, 675, you know?
Yeah, all the time. So it's
Yes.
faster than Haster in speed, which is amazing. So the single snowball got buffed a lot, being able to just go in on your own and try to isolate a hero out and get a kill. So I think Tusk will probably be maybe not super high priority pick, but definitely will be good.
I guess the fact as well, I mean, 75 mana. It's not a high cost. And I mean, even at straight from level 1, 21-second cooldown, you're able to make a lot of action happen. Top lane, bit of action happening here on NS as he does get used up. We'll turn around with the Earth Spike, has the Hex as well. But well, with Bambo coming in, he's a gonzo. Liko now an unstoppable kill streak here on the Queen of Pain.
They even give him the Aegis, so I'm assuming they'll probably continue to go for this kind of aggressive style with the... Wait, they have 2 medallions. Hello?
Oh, I do, yeah, the old BM and the Visage.
Yeah, I mean, it's really standard for Visage to buy it, but I figured he would just go like casual point booster because, you know, he can go Ags, and Aghanims on Visage now is better because the birds are harder to kill during the late game.
So. Dread. He's going to be able to find Vanscope potentially. Oh, the light striker in the Ludicrous blade. Oh, he pops the charges. Time lapses. Does take an Omni Slash to the face, but he's able to shoot Gucci out. Dread getting himself out of a very sticky situation there, bringing down Lena. Meanwhile, they did lose Centaur in the jungle here to what I can only imagine was an old Primal Roar and Soul Assumption combination.
Yeah, that was really close. The Earn health actually saved him. Like, the 6 strength from having Earn is the only reason he was even alive there. So he's got 3.3k. That Weaver wants to go for Ags. He can definitely do that. I mean, I wonder if they would lack damage if you went Aghanims. That's kind of the biggest concern, I think, with the hero. Is when you go Aghanims first item on anybody, you kind of want to do it on heroes who either want the tankiness, like Centaur, for example, or you want to do it when you already have sufficient DPS on your team. So yeah, I think he's going for something else. He even buys a Blade of Alacrity, so we'll see. Or wait, maybe he's just buying his components in a weird way. Like not buying the Ogre Club. See, it goes to the side shop, or secret shop even. Oh, it goes Solar Crest, alright. So he's not favoring the HP, he's just favoring, oh, Snowball Bottom.
And he's straight in to come with me, and that's a way to kill the Beastmaster. He is indeed very dead, and of course, ending the streak there, Centaur Warrener will be able to find that gold. So he's pretty close now to his Blink Dagger, 17 minutes in after not the best of starts.
It's not too bad, I guess. He had a really good lane at the beginning. He got the bounty, he got the 4 kill, he was like level 2 in the first creep wave. Another kill going to be going the way of a Lilith here.
Well, might pay with his life there. Yules is going to hold him in place. Cooldown will come straight down on him, and he's getting punched up. And they will be able to go. Will they go for round 2 here?
Nah, I don't
they're
think
going to run. They don't want to take their chances here.
Yeah, EGM missed a stun as well.
Oh, Vanscore in a lot of trouble here. Oh, the uphill miss chance. Oh, he goes down. Out of time, that straight away. But whoa!
Wait, it hit him after the time lapse.
It did, didn't it? He was.
Yeah, there's a
still
delay
in
on
range,
Laguna. There's a small delay on Laguna, and he actually time lapsed so fast when the Laguna came out that he got hit after the time lapse gave him his HP.
Oh boy, Chito is caught in chat. Load Chitoing. Blink Dagger is now on your good old Centaur. And Queen of Pain off the Yules, working towards that Orchid, and I guess against a Weaver who's not going to be building the kind of classic old school Lincoln's Fair anytime soon. It's going to be pretty nice against Dread.
That's not too bad. I don't know. I think this game is all about. Oh, goodbye.
Oh, they even threw a finger there. Cheeky little finger.
There's not enough Glimmer Capes, man. That's what I'm
there
trying
isn't,
to get
is
at.
there? There's none.
Like, Glimmer Cape is so good against Dyer's team. Like a max spin. Juggernaut, well, actually, it's good against both teams. Like, Gyro, it's amazing against, because even if you have detection, most of his damage output is magic. I mean, he's got phase and a bracer. He doesn't really click that hard.
Smoking up at the Radiant. Beastmaster is in the jungle. The tree's being cleared out here. They might sense something a little bit funny. Head up to the high ground and straight towards the lane screen. Is going to be able to chase it down. ComeWithMe's out of there though. He can tell something fishy is going on, and looks like Beastmaster will be able to keep himself safe. And it's just going to be one of those games where, unlike a lot of the times where with CP Beastmaster, he's not going for the Necro books, and he's going for the Aghanim Scepter himself.
Aghanims for days. It's really good. I mean, even having Aghanims Roar increases the range duration. It's a really nice pickup, and the cooldown goes down too. So I think it's like 70 to 45 seconds. So a 45-second cooldown is almost like once every like creep wave and a half, just to give you an idea of how fast of a cooldown that really is. But with no blink, kind of wondering who's supposed to initiate for their team. Like Beastmaster is usually the hero who goes blink book, you know, like Mag when he played it, and Dream League. Like that play allows you to not only deward and control the map, but it gives you initiation. So NS will be able to TP out of harm's way here mid.
And Sen1 now completed on your Jaro, so he's going to be punching a little bit now. 20 minutes in, it's not obviously going to be the biggest of damage offerings, but he's getting there, Reeves.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of torn about this Aghanim's choice. Like
what, for the Weaver?
No, for Beastmaster.
Oh, for Beastmaster.
Yeah. Like Aghanims on the Weaver is fine, I think, because they have so much damage between the Centaur, the Tusk combination, the Gyro ulti, Finger. They have enough to burst, like without a doubt, and so do the Dire. But the Dire lack initiation. Like, they don't have anything but a Queen who can really start off the fight. And Vanscore is so far away from getting his Euls. He only has his Staff of Wizardry right now. So they're not going to be able to start engagements at all. They're going to have to wait for Radiant to come to them. And that's not a position that I personally like to be in. I want to be able to start my own engagements, like without having to waste a smoke and hope that we catch out somebody.
Indeed, a smoke coming out from the side of the Radiant. Leading the way, Reeves looking for a potential bait here. In the mid lane, it is SexyBamboe. We're going to be able to peep the tower there. Tower will fall. Bambo here, coming in with the Mask of Madness. Late Fury as well. And he's just going to TP straight out in the middle of them all. And he will be able to escape with that one.
Yeah, that was bizarre. It was nighttime, and he was going towards the creep wave, so I'm not sure why EGM walked that far forward. They could have just easily stayed back and then waited for the spin door off and go for a blink stun, but oh well.
Visage Familiar scanning out the line. Crit coming in. He's going to get stunned and fingered. Magic resistance a little bit too much. Light Striker Ray is going to be off point. It will just catch the EGM Centaur. Crit getting low. Will go down the Omni Slash, flying through. A final crit there from Bambo. Finds himself to come onto the screen on the Tusk, but now with the Blade Fury, he's going to look for even more. We're coming me holding EGM in place with the Roar. Is a 3-for-3 trade so far. Dread's been doing a little bit of a cleanup here on the backside. Reeves still alive, but Reeves, he's got to be careful. Bambo chasing this out. He's there with the Jukes, and Bambo will head up to the high ground. Dread, he's going to look to try and get rid of this Beastmaster, because while Reeves is in a lot of trouble, will go down as a triple kill here for your Beastmaster. Only Dread now left alive. He can't really go back into this one. We'll have to just up and run here. As, it's a 3-for-4 trade there, favouring the side of the Dire.
The Gyro manned up super hard. Reeves was basically in a 2v1 against the Lina and the Queen. Ended up getting them both, but at the cost of losing almost all of his HP. So when your Gyro dies, and he's totally isolated from everyone else, your damage output drops pretty significantly. No one has BKB yet, so Rocket Barrage is still a huge chunk of damage with only a 5.5 second cooldown. And not being able to spam it throughout the fight is a big reason why Dire were able to come out on top there. But it's still kind of clowny, right? Like, people are just fighting just all over the place. Roshan's been up for a while, so no one's really prioritizing the objective. They just want a game.
Indeed, 21-16, and if you look at the overall net worth graph, what are we kind of seeing between the sides? It's about 3,500-4,000 lead in terms of gold, and XP wise it's just over 5k, favouring the side of the Dire. And Jug's certainly been catching up in terms of farm. 100 CS on him now, and he's very close to the top of the board. He's only about just under 2,000 behind the Beastmaster at the top, but it's still a very, very close game at this point. I mean, do you kind of feel that there's a certain side that is coming out on top constantly?
I think in the late game, probably Dire will win, because Queen and Lina have too much pure damage. Like, when you see those heroes together, regardless of BKB, they can burst. Oh, Reeves. The time lapse though. The counterplay.
And the blink in from EGM, who stomped double edge on to come with me on this Beastmaster. He will go down. At the same time, they've lost the Lina. They lose the Visage as well. And Dread, he's looking to clean up, chasing down SexyBamboe. But SexyBamboe with the Shadow Blade. Oh, he's worn off. He's in a lot of trouble. There's your own charge. Dread closing the distance here with the Shikuchi. There's a healing ward up. Buying SexyBamboe. Sometimes the hits, they're certainly hurting. He will now turn for the healing ward. And SexyBamboe continues to dive back to base. Will be able to escape. But not a great fight there for the Dire at all. And, well, Lalico needs to be careful. And he's going to get himself stuck in the trees here. And Lico, well, he's going to get spotted out by the Swarm. Scream with the Snowball, closing the gap. The Yule Scepter there. He's going to look to try and straight TP out. Oh, he's not going to be able to with the Hoof Stomp and the Walrus Punch. And, well, that was not a favourable few minutes of action there for the side of Four Clovers and a Leprechaun.
Reeves baiting the roar out really nicely. Dread just stood behind him. He just immediately time-lapsed him out. You probably could have even let him eat a few more spells, to be honest. Like, if the Jug went out for an Omni, you get, like, 2 ultis for free, and then you just time-lapse him, he's back at full health. But still, like, the reaction of just bringing him back, no roar in a team fight. This Beastmaster bought Aghanims. When you negate the roar, you've basically negated 4,200 gold in his inventory. Like, he only has support items to back that up with a Medallion and a Vlad, so really nice stuff from Dread.
That's the thing. I think for Dread with his Aghanims, with the cooldown, he can just do it every time a roar comes out. It's
Yeah, you can do it twice
crazy.
for every roar.
Yeah.
So even if somebody gets like Yule stun, you can still time-lapse them.
I mean, the only way you can really get away with using the roar in these fights is if you go for Weaver himself.
Yeah, you're going to have to find him, and he still has 1,500 health. So it's not as if he's super easy to take down. And he's got a Solar Crest, so it's 18 armor on top of that. Oh, this build is pretty solid, actually. Gives you a lot of damage because the Swarm minus armor plus the Crest itself. You get good survivability from magic, from the health that Aghanims gives you, and the Urn. It's pretty good. It's going to be annoying in pubs when people start doing that, man.
Yeah, I mean,
like between Glimmer Capes
really strong.
and Aghanim's Weaver. Oh, Reeves in the jungle here, getting killed.
Does do down to the soul burn damage from the Orchid. Nika will claim herself that one. 20 to 22 though. It's I don't know. Solar Crest now picked up on Come With Me, so the Roshan potential is going to certainly be there for the side of the Dire. Roshan, of course, is still down. And yeah, I mean, Dread now after the Aghanims and the Solar Crest. What could he be thinking? Does he just go straight out offensive and pick up a damage item, or does he still need to go back for something like a Lincoln's Sphere?
Lincoln's isn't bad. It's just that he would be purely like a defensive type of hero if he went Lincoln's. I don't know if he's thinking about damage because last time he did this build, he went MKB after he got his Aghanims up. So we'll see if he goes for more of the same.
And he's trying to catch out the side of the Dire as they back off into the jungle. He's not going to get lucky this time. Going forward from the Lico with the Orchid, but the Stampede will buy NS time to get himself out. And there's going to be a snowball out just to protect him against some of the instances of the damage. And just get himself back up there to the high ground into safety. And Centaur himself, I mean, he's an Ogre Club and a point booster on his way to his Aghanim, so that's going to be online fairly shortly.
Aghanims for everyone. That's the patch. The damage reduction on that ulti is going to be so important for their team fight as well. Because against so many AoE heroes like Beastmaster Axes and Queen of Pain and Lina and even Juggernaut ulti, like if he omnis and you just pop Centaur ulti with Aghanims, like your ult does no damage. All of a sudden, at the end of the ulti, you're with nothing left. Everyone else on the side of Radiant is high HP. You even have time lapse if somebody actually gets burst low enough to warrant having to use it on. I don't know, man. This Aghanims team seems pretty powerful.
I mean, even with the point booster on screen, it looks like it could potentially be an Aghanims for your Tusk as well. And yeah, we'll have to see if the Aghanims are going to work out. At the same time, it's against a Jug who's getting slowly scarier and scarier. He picks himself up a Sans now. The question is...
He's going Silverblade.
You wouldn't go for the SMY, it would be the Silver Edge that's going to be the better thing to
yeah,
go for.
Silver Edge, sorry. Yeah, I think so.
Well, Roar from Come With Me did bring NS low. Snowball's not going to quite connect with the Beastmaster Dread. He's going to spot out Crit and Lalico here in the river. Now with the bugs onto Crit, and he's going to try and chase this one down. No, he's going to keep it safe. Head back to his side of the map and stick around with the rest of his team. But, 20 to 22, 28 minutes in. It's another one of these games in the FPL where it does generally feel very close, and it could certainly go either way still at this point.
Yeah, The more I think about it, the more I'm wondering if Dire actually do have the better late game with Centaur. Like, the way that Radiant can play the team fights is so nice. Like, they have so much to deal with the Roar. They have a lot to deal with Omni Slash. Their team fight utility, I think, is just a little bit better. Where Dire are kind of really relying on Roar, and they still don't have an initiator.
Orchid Amber onto Reeves, blinking from NS. Very nice Hex onto the Queen of Pain. Now with the backup of Weaver, ComeWithMe is a lot of trouble. He's going to try and TP out, but the finger from NS will stop him from going anywhere. And all in all, another very nice engagement there for the side of the Radiant.
Yeah, he time-lapsed Reeves after he ate like half of his health and damage in a Roar, and he just back up the full. And then they just chase out because they don't have anything left. It's going to be so good to play that hero with Aghanims against cooldown-based teams.
Yes.
So any large setup that you want to do, like the Weaver just stays out of the fight until somebody gets jumped, and then, I mean, how do you deal with that? You have to find the Weaver. You need heavy initiation to be able to kill him first. It's kind of like playing against an Oracle, but maybe even better.
Bamboe, he's found Dread, and Dread's found Bamboe. Bamboe. Actually, well, we were talking about it. He decides to... It goes with the Yasha into an SNY rather than the Silver Edge hit for Bamboe.
Yeah, I mean, he'll probably buy both, but I figured he would go for Silver Edge for the shorter Shadow Blade cooldown.
Yeah.
Although I guess Break isn't particularly useful against their heroes. It only really stops return, which isn't really that great. Doesn't matter. And the damage I guess you get from SNY is still higher than what you get from a Silver Edge. Because Silver Edge damage only goes up 10 because it's the Sange addition to damage.
Oh, the import from NS. They've found SexyBamboe. The SNY is not going to save him in this situation. Dread now on a dominating streak as he gets the final touch onto Juggernaut. And yeah, the Dread Weaver. I mean, man, he's got him in for a hammer. Is he going for the Deso, or is he maybe picking up the BKB?
I don't even know if he needs BKB. Like, every single team fight, he's never anywhere near the action. He's always just waiting for Reeves to get jumped so he can time-lapse him. That does make him more susceptible to dying, but if your hard carry is alive during the team fight at the cost of your own life and the enemy team has used all of their ultimates to get to that point, then you still are in pretty good shape, you know? Like, you don't have to worry about you getting wiped after you're dead if you save your carry for it, and the carry is still at, like, high HP.
Things are looking scary now for the Dyers. Reeves, he picks up his Skadi. EGM on the Centaur picks up the old Aghanims, and finally, Dread goes with the Desolator now, so... I don't know, this feels like a very strong period of the game for the Radiant now with these item pickups.
How the hell are Dire going to win a fight? That's what I'm wondering. If they find Dread, they can win the fight. But the problem is, even if you find Dread, there's an Aghanim Centaur now, so he can reduce all the damage that is being dealt to him during the disable. Like, how do you actually kill anyone? That's what I'm like... That's why Glimmer Capes are so ridiculous, right? Because against some teams, you just can't kill anything.
Well, they're going for the action here. There's going to be a snowball from the Tusk, straight in relation to the aggression that was coming out to Four Clovers, but it's one going down. The side of Four Clovers with ComeWithMe and Lalika looking for a bit of a push themselves here on the top lane. Still in the mid lane, the 5-man of the Radiant standing strong. Dread going forward with the Shikuchi, seeing what he can find, and blink for Meiji, and the caught out crit will go down to a Warrior's Punch here. The Familiar's holding the entire team in place, but actually Visage down at the start of this fight.
There's some rack going on.
Yes, Green is TPing back for this, and the Raw straight away onto screen with the Orchid. That's going to be a Tusk going down immediately. Will buy back. TP as well back towards the top lane from Reeves. And well, the action happening as they're able to bring down the Centaur here with the Omni Slash from SexyBamboe. Now they're trying to chase for more. Dread, he's been dusted up. He will just time-lapse. And looks like he will be able to juke them out for the time being. Sentry gets dropped, but Dread in the tree line. Oh, he gets Orchided. Oh, this is disastrous. Dread goes down as well. Double kill for the Lina. And what a... Well, this is a very nice little bit of turnaround play from the Dire.
Yeah, I think I realized how you kill people. You wait for the Radiant to TP back, and then you take a team fight. That's how you kill them. Because Dread didn't get his ulti off. I think he was trying to ulti the Gyro. Or not the Gyro, the Centaur when he was running away. Because the Omni Slash was bouncing between two heroes, but he didn't get in range in time. So they were out of position to actually do anything there. And the Centaur ulti was not popped to mitigate damage. I think it was popped to just run away. So, yeah, when you don't have your Tusk at the start of the fight, you don't have your Centaur ulti used properly, you don't even use time-lapse, I guess you can lose a fight that way.
And that was definitely a very, very much lost fight for the side of the Radiant. Screen on his own here on the bottom lane. They're rotating around the Roast Pit. They really want to try and find it. Roche is going to be up fairly shortly here. In about a minute's time. And looks like they'll keep themselves back, keep themselves safe. Boots of travel on your Beastmaster on top of the Ags. With that, the Solar Crest, and Visage, of course, with her Ags. And her fully fledged Solar Crest as well. 34 minutes into the game. And blink forward here. They've found themselves. Come with me. They're taking a huge amount of damage. Missile flies through. Finishes him off. And nice, your Beastmaster down for a good 80 seconds. And after he finished off those items we were talking about, he's not got buyback. Into the jungle screen. Light Strike Array. Orchid in the right clicks from the jug. I'll find a kill in return. So both Tusk and Beastmaster off the map for a good minute here.
I don't really know if there's much to be done outside of maybe try Roche. I guess the Beastmaster is more important to Dire than the Tusk is to Radiant, so Radiant might feel confident in going on this. They got a Solar Crest for Roshan. Reeves is insanely farmed. He can go for a damage item, or he could go BKB even, if he wants. I don't know if he needs BKB though. Probably damage item. Butterfly maybe.
Gonna give it a shot here in the Roche pit. Dire. With an Invis on your crops, Shadow Blade on your Juggernaut. Can they go to contest this one? Familiar scouting it all out here from the high ground. Trying to cause issues here. Now Bamboe coming in. Oh, Reeves is going to take the full brunt of the Omni Slash to the face. No Stampede available, but there's your time lapse onto Reeves. Pulling him back to full health. Turns onto Vanskor. Vanskor goes down. Dread, you will be able to Shikuchi away from the Liko here. SexyBamboe under the cover of the Shadow Blade will be alright for the time being. Now your Centaur Stampede, trying to get them in place for Laliko, and they will do indeed. Running through the trees there, NS finds the Hex. The missile connects to the front of the face of the Quap, and they bring down the Queen of Pain. TPing into the Familiars here, come with me. Onto Reeves, pops down the Raw, crits there to back it up as well. But yes, time lapse again. Removing it from Reeves, he might go down a second time because of the damage from Bamboo. It is a huge amount. He will... It is a 2-for-2 trade in the river, and well, with the Dire looking like they'll be able to clean up Roshan off the back of this. A very nice fight there.
It was close to being able to save him, and then I saw Bamboe, and I was like, well, life is hard. I don't know if he stopped attacking the Familiars, or if the first one just stunned him before he was able to kill the one that ComeWithMe was using his bots on. Because I think if he got one more attack off, that gank would not have worked, and they probably would have just died. Because no roar means that the time lapse can be used at a later point. You don't have to worry about just removing the disable. And I'm pretty sure Omni was used quite a while ago, so Bamboe didn't even have it off cooldown. An interesting engagement though. They're not really able to utilize their ultis as well as I think they want to on the side of the Radiant. Like the first time lapse was really good because it put Reeves back at full health, and then he just was able to get a quick turnaround kill. Maybe just going for overplays, just extending too much and trying to kill Queen when you could have just backed.
Alrighty, it's going to be the BKB potentially for Centaur here, EGM. With Zoga Club on top of the Agnims. Zoga all blinks out here, and just in time as ComeWithMe was coming in with the Roar available. The Liko, BKB on top of the Yours and the Orchid, and over on the side down here, Screen. Still working towards his Agnims. Has the point boost to 900 gold towards the second potential component. And then it's with the Blink and the 4-star and a crap ton of wards here. It's a close call, this one. I mean, we've seen the Juggernaut and the Gyro come out on top in respective fights. And that's just able to blink away, but blink forward from Liko. Tries to find the dagger, but the 4-star from Ines, creating too much space between the two of them. And now your Silver Edge is going to be picked up by Bamboe on this Juggernaut.
Yeah, Silver Edge is nice. Really good upgrade for him. Oh god, bye. Goodbye, Scream.
Dread couldn't quite get in range there for the time lapse. And very close to being able to save the Tusk. And look at this Lion. Lion just going straight, hammer straight in on the bottom lane. We'll be able to TP out there as a reaction is forced from both Beastmaster and Juggernaut. It's maybe a potential push coming here on the bottom lane. There's a fairly hefty defense though to get past, and I mean, breaking the high ground against the lineup of the Radiant isn't going to be an easy feat anytime soon.
It is kind of tough against what they have. Like, their team fight potential is still really good. They haven't been able to coordinate that well in the last couple of fights. It's getting kind of picked apart. And all is still without the Beastmaster having Blink Dagger. Like, I'm so confused why he's not getting Blink. I would like to just ask him. I guess I could type to him, be like, yo, why you no Blink? But I'm pretty sure he's busy right now, so he probably wouldn't want to respond.
I mean, maybe he'll pick it up now. No, he's got a gem in his inventory, he hasn't got a room for it. Okay. I mean, yeah, you would think just so he could get himself in range of the Weaver and shut down the Weaver straight away, because, I mean, you rolled out Weaver, you're pretty much guaranteed to at least kill someone else without them being time-lapsed.
Yeah, it's just such an annoying mechanic. Like, the time-lapse, being able to disjoint the roar completely. It's just like a waste to use the skill on anybody but the Weaver.
Oh, Bamboe getting himself in position. So it's Lico there. Omni Slash bringing down the line straight away. Yules onto the Weaver. Can they control him? Yeah, with the Light Strike Array and the Roar. There we go. They found out to Drake. Can they bring him down before he could time that? Yes, they can. He goes down. It's a 2-for-1 trade. EGM getting himself low. The Lico blinks out. Now turns back around onto the Centaur. We'll be able to find him in the second. Oh, the Yules. Yep, they still find the Centaur. It's a 3-for-1. There's going to be a buyback from Dread as he gets himself back to the fight, but he's low. ComeWithMe chasing this one down. Hasn't got the second roll to use again. Now turns his attention to Reeves. Reeves on the gyro, trying to fight back, but he will go down screen. Takes a crit from the SexyBamboe Juggernaut. It's a 5-for-1 engagement there with a buyback from Weaver. What a fight there from the Dire.
Man, if they had just ulted for the Lion in the beginning of the fight, like if they had Centaur ulted, he would have been able to live through that, I think, because Dread took every single spell that the Dire had to kill him because of the Centaur ult. Like, he got Laguna and Queen of Pain ulted, and he was still at like half health. That's how much damage he took to take down. And if they didn't have the Aghanim Beastmaster Roar, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have killed him at all. But all in all, it was a really nice jump from Dire. They caught out the Lion, they just fight into an immediate 4v5. And when you get a pick like that, it's always quite easy.
Oh, stun on to ComeWithMe, but Yellow Kid onto NS Dread, going right into the center, but he gets roared up. Can they bring down Jet before he gets himself out? Yes, they can. That is your Weaver just walking into the middle of them all and getting blown up. Dread really not with the plays there at all.
Yeah, it's a 4-second disable for Roar, and it's a very, very long range, and you have to assume, especially in this patch, that people are going to be buying a lot of gems. Like Glimmer Capes are going to be all over the place, so people are just going to buy detection just because, especially against teams that have like Weaver. And with Beastmaster too, it's very common to have Gem or Book 3.
And diving for screen in. Oh,
I think it's just over, actually.
This is, I mean, it was one of those games where at the start it didn't look great for the side of the Die, but you know, SexyBamboe was having an awful time in lane, but they've really come back into it, and the Bamboe draft, it looks like it's going to prevail again, Draskyl.
Yeah, Bamboe Gaming. I mean, the Visage plus Beastmaster combo is really nice too. Oh god, Reeves. I don't think he has a team. Yeah, his team is gone. No Centaur ulti or anything like that.
And we slash into the fountain. Good game is cool. I mean, we did see a lot of nice plays from the Weaver, but at the end of the day, it wasn't enough, and especially in those last two engagements where Weaver was indeed getting caught out straight away.
It showed how powerful it can be, though, if you're not caught at the beginning. So that kind of team that Dire had, because of the Beastmaster, is like the primary reason why I think they were able to do so well. And the Orchid Queen also did a lot of work during the last couple of engagements too, like preventing Centaur ulti and such for quite a long time before he was able to do anything. Because when the Weaver came down, that's when he was actually able to cast his ulti in the first place. Yeah. And that's why the Lion died. Yeah. It's like, okay, well, I can't actually save you. And the Lion did not have Yules or anything like that, and he ate a full Omni. And that's really the fight where I think that they kind of just kind of puttered out. And they really didn't have enough to be able to defend. So, good game, though.
It was a good game. And it's, as always, at the moment, it's interesting to see, obviously, the new item interactions. And, I mean, a game that we didn't see any Glimmer Capes in at all. Yeah. I mean, do you feel that there was anyone that could have picked one up and it could have benefited? Look at this.
I think Glimmer Cape probably would have been a nice pickup on the Lion, or maybe even the Tusk. Just because, against the kind of burst damage that Dire had, like Queen and Lina, for example, and Visage, very high magic damage burst. Yes. Now, Queen ulti is always pure, but Lina ulti is not pure until you have Aghanims. And Vanscore had such a slow start that game. Like, he was getting massacred the entire time. So I think a Glimmer Cape on him would have been really nice, just to give an extra way to mitigate damage and keep like the Weaver alive or something like that. So I don't think it's even for the invisibility so much as it is for the magic reduction. No. Because it's like 2,000 gold for basically making somebody immune to magic damage.
20% passive and then 66% as well.
Yeah, during the Glimmer. Pretty insane.
Pretty insane.
You want to do another game? Because we've been here for 3 hours, so it's up to you. If you want to do one more, we'll do one more.
Are we doing another one? It's up to you. I mean,
don't leave it up to me, because if it's up to me, I'm going upstairs to play Dota.
It's up to you, Josh. I mean,
oh, God.
Are
we can't afford light. It's just that light flickers.
That light is rubbish.
Like, you probably don't notice it that well on camera.
They say they can't hear me.
But
we can barely hear you.
Yeah, it's because we were leaning back too far. No, that's too close. Here is where you want to be. And also make sure the mic is facing you. Not here. Not you here. Like, relative.
What? The fuck? James wasted all the money on Coke. Is that true?
Well, we did buy a lot of it for the Via Game House Cup. The beverage, of course.
The beverage.
Not
No.
what they're saying.
Well, the question is, does ODPixel love us? Only if you pay me. Only if you pay me. They're fucking with you, you fucking dummy. Right. Is that it for this stream?
It took so long to be able to even get one game.
Scriff's our production manager.
Scriff doesn't want to work. Don't ask him.
Hey, just look at
They're
him.
playing Smash.
Playing Smash Brothers.
Unbelievable.
Is that all they've been doing all night?
Yeah.
Well,
Pretty much. They don't really bring much to the table, do they? They kind of just sit back there and play Smash.
I certainly feel like we're putting the most effort in. I mean, compared
I like
to
how you
what's going
couldn't
on
even
behind
you
the
couldn't
scenes.
even finish that without laughing.
No,
It's okay.
no. Neither could Scriff. He's probably just laughing. He's just like, look at
Yeah.
those idiots working.
I think 3 hours is a good time for a show.
I think it is.
Yeah, it's good enough. I mean,
Hey,
the thing
I
that
saw
was
your
kind
camera
of
work, Owen. Oh fuck! Who is that? Who's on the Good Studio Twitch? Who would that be? Scriff.
it's Wet Boss, I guess.
No, but that was Scriff saying it was Wetpass.
Maybe
oh
it
no!
was
Wait,
Scriff.
flaming my camera work. It probably is Wetpass because he is the cameraman.
There you go.
Does ODPixel have fleas? No, I have these freaking ants though all over the bed, all over this. We've had ants all over this. What should we call the royal baby? Does it not have a name? Is it? Do you know? Have you been? Do you? This isn't it. This is British thing. I should
It's
know
British
This
thing,
is
yeah.
British territory. I should know. That's one we game things. Well, we're probably gonna. Where was Shiva and Shane? Did Shiva and Shane never turn up?
Maybe they just went to sleep and
And
forgot
I
about
gotta
you,
get a
man.
bloody taxi home.
Maybe. I'm sure we can call them after the show. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and end the show here. It's been about 3 hours. We only got to cast 2 games, but they were pretty long games.
We did 2.5.
Well, 2.5,
let's
yeah,
not
but
cut off the
The thing is, we
game.
can't tell the pro players to wait on us. You know, like they have to.
I'm
play of
still
their own
really
volition.
quiet.
You're not really, Owen. God damn it. Just stop. We're done. We're off. We're out of here. We'll be on next Saturday. Same time, same place.
Greetings and salutations, Dota fans.